Hello, I'm Barb with First Class Yoga, and this is my birthday gift to you. This will be a full yoga class, both standing, kneeling, and doing a full vinyasa. So let's start out today with our feet just a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and let's just start circling around the hips. Our hips are in that second chakra, where we find our creativity, where we find our sensuality. Move it around the other way. You can lean forward and really lean into the sides, lean back. It is our more feminine side in the chakras, working it all the way around, loosening up through those hips. And go ahead and bring that to standing. And let's start out with a little standing balance positions. So go ahead and hold that tummy in nice and tight, lifting that chest up to where the wall and the ceiling meet, or if you're outside, lifting it up toward the sky, breathing nice, long, deep breaths. And for balance poses, it's best to focus on something that's not moving. So you can just look at the floor about 4 or 5 feet ahead of yourself. And we're going to go ahead and press down through that left foot, softening that right knee. And just inhale and raise that right knee up. And exhale, step it back down. All of our breathing is through the nose. Inhale and raise that opposite knee up. And exhale it back down. Let's go ahead and add the opposite arm with this. Inhale, raise that right knee and that left arm, finding that balance. And exhale, release that back down. Inhale on the opposite side, breathing, and release that back down. Again, inhale, find that balance, holding just a little bit longer, strengthening through our ankle and through our knee, and exhale, release that back down. Continue to breathe as I hold a position, breathing nice, long, deep breaths, holding in that tummy, supporting that low back, and exhale back down. One last time. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Remember, you do you. If you can't get it all the way up with that knee, just keep it toe on the ground. And let's go ahead and just with our arms, raise that right arm up and that left arm out to the side. And release it back down. And inhale up and release it back down. We're going to go ahead and raise onto the balls of our feet with that same arm movement. Inhale, raise it up, the arm going out to the side and up, and exhale it back down. Again, inhale, the opposite arm raising up onto the balls of the feet, and exhale it back down. Hold that tummy in as you breathe. And release that back down. Inhale. And exhale. And release that. And let's go ahead and just hold our hands above our head. Press the backs of the hands up. And now press your feet back down into earth. Find a little more length in the spine, creating a little space between the vertebrae, opening up the armpits. Keep breathing. And go ahead and release that back down. Let's roll those shoulders out. Nice big shoulder rolls. And go ahead and bring those back. And again, standing in our position, we're going to be strong in that left leg and soften that right knee. And now we're just going to go ahead and raise that right foot forward. And just a slight little pendulum swing, kick it back. And raise it forward and back. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, that's certainly welcome. You can do that. Just nice and slow. Nothing's fast in yoga. Just working on balance and strengthening our body. And this is our last one. And go ahead and step that out. Shift your weight into that right leg, softening that left knee. Abs still stay engaged. And then again. Pendulum swing it forward and back. Just a small little movement. Squeezing through the buttocks and the glutes on the back side. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Remember, you can always extend the arms out if you start to lose a little balance. And this is our last one. And go ahead and step that out. And let's go ahead and bring those arms all the way up overhead. And now, raise the right arm and the right leg out to the side. And bring it back center. And out to the other side. And bring it back center. You may notice that one side feels a little different than the other. Just notice that. Bring that awareness to yourself about your body. Breathe. Accept that difference. Don't force anything. Just be aware and then start to accept where you are right here, right now. And bring that back up and release that down. And go ahead and have those feet directly underneath your hips. We're going to go ahead and come right into that forward fold. So I'm actually going to turn on this one. We're going to go ahead and inhale up. And exhale, we're going to swan dive, folding at our hip joint to a nice flat back. And then soften your knees and let those hands reach all the way down to the mat. And with your tummy on top of your thighs, press your feet down and raise your hips up, starting to open up the backs of the legs. And exhale, release that down. Inhale, press through the feet, raise the hips up, and exhale back down. Inhale, press through the feet, raise the hips up. Go ahead and let that head shake yes, and let it shake no. Releasing any tension, wiggle your toes so that you're not gripping onto the mat. And now bend your knees, press through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and bring yourself back to the heart center. And go ahead and release that. And let's go ahead and extend those arms out to the side. Adding a little bit of a twist, we're going to take that left arm and twist over to our right hand and open it up. But the important thing here is to keep those hips nice and straight to the front. Go ahead and sweep and twist and bring it back center. And twist over to the other side and bring it back center and twist over to the other side. Bring it back center. We've got one last set. Twist and release and twist and release. With those arms still out, coming into a side bend. Take that top arm over to the side and release it back. And that other arm comes over the body, stretching and opening the side and release it back. Again, lengthen on over and release. Lengthen on over and release. Last set. Lengthen on over into that side bend. Reach, reach, reach away. Press that left foot down. Keep breathing and release that back. Again, take the other arm over. Reach away, reach away, reach away. And now press that right foot down. Feel that opening through the side body as you continue to breathe and release that back. And let's give ourselves a nice big hug today. Tuck that belly in, drop your chin down to your chest, soften your knees, and now let those elbows fall down, rounding your back. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Reaching on down, stretching out the back, noticing what part of the body is stretching. And now press your feet down and very, very slowly unroll yourself and bring yourself back to a standing position. Remember which arm is on top. Open those arms up. One more morning hug. Opposite arm is on top. Tummy's in. Drop that chin. Soften the knees and roll yourself all the way down. Continuing to breathe, stretching out through that low back, breathing nice, long, deep breaths. And go ahead and bring yourself all the way back up. And release that down. And let's go ahead and bring those hands out front and just stretch those fingers nice and long and make fists. And stretch the fingers nice and long and make fists. And stretch the fingers nice and long. Hold it right there. And now just your top knuckles. Bear claw and open. Bear claw and open. Bear claw and open. And go ahead and make fists and roll those wrists out. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths and roll them back. And go ahead and release that down. And let's go ahead and come all the way to the tops of our mats for our vinyasa. So coming to the tops of your mats, you want to stand in mountain pose with your feet directly underneath your hips. Your arms are just down to your side, your abs are engaged, and your chest is lifted. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive. Nice flat back. Soften those knees, hands down to the mat. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins, flat back again. Exhale, release those hands all the way down to the mat. Go ahead and step that right foot back and stand up. So I want that back foot angled out about 60 degrees and then extend those arms forward and back. Coming into a triangle. Keep those legs straight as you reach the whole torso forward. Keep pulling this left hip crease back. Keep breathing, pulling the hips back. And then release that front hand down and the back hand comes up. If that front hand lands on your kneecap, come above the knee or reach below the knee. We just don't want to put any extra pressure on that kneecap. Keep pulling that left hip crease back, and as you continue to breathe after about your third or fourth breath, you may find you have a little more space that you can start to inch your way down a little bit more. Standing triangle pose, gazing all the way up to that top thumb. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. And now go ahead and press through the feet and return back to standing. Sweep that back hand around and rotate your hips forward. Soften that front knee and bring the arms up overhead into our warrior one pose. A nice, strong pose. And now draw that left hip back as you push that right hip forward, squaring to the front of the room. Exhale, release the hands down. Step that back foot back into a downward facing dog. So go ahead and spread your fingers nice and wide, having those thumbs drawn toward each other. And now walk your dog by bending one knee and lowering the opposite heel. The whole time you're pressing the knuckles of your fingers as well as the palm into the mat, pushing your weight off your wrists. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths, keeping those hips high in the air. And now everybody, inhale onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, drop your knees down to the mat, uncurl your toes, and sit back into a child's pose. So sitting back onto your heels, those arms are lengthened out in front, those fingers are still spread nice and wide. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Inhale, and on the exhale, press the hands into the mat, push yourself away, and lengthen through the spine. Inhale, bring yourself back up, and now walk those hands over to 1 o'clock. So that left hand stays on the mat, and now you're going to drop your hips over to the left, sitting back into that child's pose again. Now walk that inside arm, that left arm, a little further away, really opening up through that left side, opening up the left armpit, breathing nice, long, deep breaths. and bring yourself back up. And walk those hands over to the 11 o'clock position. That right hand stays on the mat. Your hips drop over to the right. And once your hips are down, go ahead and walk that inside arm, that right arm, further away, pressing the hands into the mat, pushing yourself away, feeling that big stretch through the right side of the body. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. Inhale, bring yourself back to that tabletop. And now we're going to walk our hands all the way over to 3 o'clock, adding a side bend again. Press the hands down into the mat, push away from the ground, breathe, and release that back. And over to the other side. Push the hands down, breathe, and bring that back. So your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, your knees are directly underneath your hips. Draw those elbows straight back. Don't let them go wide. Keep pulling those elbows straight back and drop your chin and chest down to the mat. 8 points on the mat. The chin, chest, hands, knees, and feet. And now slide on down, flat onto your bellies. You want to reposition yourself, you're welcome to do that. And then slide those hands outside your chest. Legs are together, those toes point to the back. Tuck those elbows in towards your body. Tuck your belly button into your spine. Press your pelvis down. Inhale, float the head and shoulders up. Now energetically draw your hands back towards your feet and engage the back body. Inhale, turn your head over to the right and bring it back center and over to the left and bring it back center and release that back down. Curl your toes under, push yourself back to that tabletop, and then with a big step, take that right foot forward. Curl your back toes, lift that back knee, angle that back foot out, and stand up into triangle on the other side. Those arms are extended, those legs stay straight. Again, reach forward and pull the hips back, 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 and release that front hand down, the back hand up. Gaze goes up to that top thumb. Keep breathing here. And after a few breaths, see if you can pull the hips back a little bit more and walk your way down that front leg. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. And now press your feet down. Bring yourself back to standing. Sweep that back hand around. Rotate your hips, bending that front knee. Those arms come up overhead and you add just a little bit of a back bend, drawing those shoulder blades together. Square those hips to the front by pushing that left hip forward and drawing that right hip back. And exhale, release the hands down, step that back foot forward, and now walk your fingers under your toes for our gorilla. And now press your feet down and raise those hips up. Again, anytime you want to go ahead and shake that head yes, or shake that head no, breathe nice, long, deep breaths. Go ahead and release your fingers, soften your knees, press through the feet. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead, prayer position, and back to the heart center. Go ahead and close your eyes at the top of the mat. Just take a pause and notice what you notice. Maybe you notice your heart rate a little faster. Maybe you notice the body starting to warm up. Maybe you notice some sensations going on in the body. No judgment or criticism, just notice what's happening. And go ahead and release that. Open the eyes. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive, nice flat back, soften the knees, hands to the mat. Inhale, slide up, flat back. Exhale, slide back down. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back, downward facing dog again. Fingers are spread nice and wide. And now lower the knees down to the mat and uncurl your toes. Walk those hands right underneath your shoulders. And now press the top of that right foot down and lift that left knee up. And bring that left knee to your nose and flex the foot and lengthen through the heel. And exhale, tuck and curl. And inhale, lengthen. And exhale, tuck and curl. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck and curl. Inhale, lengthen. Hold it right here. Now point those toes. Sweep that leg over the bottom leg. And now turn and look over your right shoulder to your big toes. And now breathe into this outer right hip. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Gazing at your big toe. And go ahead and release that. We're going to go right to the other side. Press the top of that left foot down. Lift that right knee off the mat. And knee to nose. Flex the foot and lengthen through the heel. Hold that tummy in. And exhale. And lengthen. And exhale. And lengthen. This last one. Exhale. And lengthen. Now point the toe. Sweep it across that bottom leg. Turn and look over your left shoulder toward your big toe. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. And go ahead and release that back. You're doing a great job. We're going to go ahead and walk those hands a handprint forward and inhale and come into a modified plank position. So remember, if I ever come into a plank position and this is where you want to be, just come to this position. We're going to shoot those elbows straight back and we're just going to hold. Keep those elbows tucked in toward the body and lower yourself all the way down. Again, those legs are together. Those hands are outside your chest. You draw those elbows in toward your body. Tuck your belly up into your spine and press your pelvis down. Inhale, float into that little baby cobra. Keep pressing your hands into the mat, lifting your hips just off the mat. Nice full cobra, big arch in the spine. Breathe and go ahead and release that back. Curl your toes under, push yourself back up to that tabletop. And now, once again, press the top of that right foot down. Inhale, extend the right arm and the left leg at the same time. And now, bring that knee to your elbow and lengthen it out. And reach, crunch, and reach it out. And crunch, and reach, and last one. Crunch, and reach. And place that back down. Go ahead and do that on the opposite side 4 times. Elbow to the knee, and extend and lengthen. And bring it in, and extend. And bend, and extend, and bend, and extend. And place that down. Step that left foot forward, curl your back toes, lift your back knee, and step that forward. And now with your knees bent, your tummy on top of your thigh, wrap your hands around the heels. Press your feet into the mat and lift your hips up. Nice tight forward fold. Wiggle those toes. Breathe. And release that. Soften the knees. Press with the feet. Inhale overhead. Hands above you in prayer position. And back to the heart center. Again, close the eyes. Just take the pause. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Finding your breath, reconnecting with your breath, smoothing that breath out. And go ahead and open the eyes. And coming into our warrior sequence. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, slide your hands up. Exhale, slide back down. Step that right foot back, angled out again, and stand up. Extend those arms forward and back. Exhale, bend your front knee and turn your gaze over your front middle finger. Inhale, lift the chest up, and exhale, sink down. So you have a nice 90-degree angle on that front knee. If your knee is over your toes, step this back foot back just a little bit more. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Now, energetically, draw that front heel toward your back foot and engage the back legs. Hold that engagement as you turn the palms up and reverse warrior. That front hand goes up and the back hand goes down your leg. Reach up to the sky, reach down to the earth. Really feel that left side of the body open. Breathing all the time, never holding your breath. And go ahead and exhale that back. Fold that front arm and place it on your front thigh, and the back hand's going to go straight up. Turning your gaze to that top thumb again into our side angle. You're still drawing that front heel toward the back foot. Now reach up to the sky, rotate your hand and extend that arm overhead. So you're looking at the underside of your elbow. The palm is facing down to the floor. Reach the fingers forward and press that back leg down. Keep reaching forward, pressing the outside edge of the back foot down. Find that opening through that right side of the body. Breathe. And go ahead and release that. Sweep the back hand around, rotate the hips into our warrior one with that front knee bent, squaring those hips around to the front. Shoulders drop down from the ears, a little bit of a back bend, and release that back down. Step that back foot back into that downward facing dog. We're going to go ahead and lower our knees just an inch off the floor and hover and push back into that downward facing dog. And lower the knees and hover and push back into that downward facing dog. And lower the knees and hover and push back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and lower the knees all the way down to the mat and uncurl your toes. Again, those hands are forward from your shoulder. Inhale and come forward into that modified plank position. Tummies are engaged. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. So we're coming into our hip circles. So we're going to take the hips to the right, drop toward the mat, pull them over to the left, and then the abs pull them up. It's right, center, left, pull up. It's right, center, left, pull up. Let's go the other way. It's left, center, right, pull up. It's left, center, right, pull up. It's left, center, right, pull up. Come a little bit forward, shoot those elbows back and hold. And release yourself all the way down. Again, bring those legs together, point those toes to the back, slide those hands a little bit lower outside your chest, draw those elbows in and down towards your feet. Tuck that belly button up into your spine and press your pelvis down. Inhale, float into that baby cobra. Keep pressing into that full cobra. Keep pressing your hands and lift the legs up off the mat with that big arch in your spine into our full up dog. And exhale, release that back down. Curl the toes under, push yourself back to that tabletop. And a big step forward with the right foot. Curl the back toes, lift that back knee, angle that back foot out, and you're standing up again. Extend the arms forward and back. Coming into our warrior two. Exhale, bend that front knee, breathe. Now energetically draw that front heel toward your back leg. Turn the palms up. Reverse warrior, front hand up, the back hand down the straight leg. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Try to stack those shoulders right on top of each other. Reach the fingertips apart. Feel that side open. And release that back. Fold the front arm, put it on the front thigh, and the back hand goes straight up. Reach up to the sky. Rotate. Extend that arm overhead. Reach those fingers forward and press that back leg down. Keep reaching forward and press the pinky toe and that outer heel down. Breathe. And release that back. Sweep that back hand around, rotate your hips, raise the arms up overhead into our warrior one pose. Squaring those hips to the front. And exhale, release the hands down. Step that back foot forward. And now go ahead and grab elbow to elbow and sort of rock side to side. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths, letting that low back release. And bring yourself back center. Soften your knees, press through the feet, inhale up overhead, hands together in prayer position. And back to the heart center. Again, close your eyes, take the pause. Notice what you notice. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. And release that down. Again, at the tops of your mats, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands down. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop your knees down to the mat and uncurl your toes and walk those hands right underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and kick your left foot out like a kickstand and extend that right leg straight back. And now rotate your hips so the whole inside of that right foot is on the mat. And then go ahead and raise that right arm up into our modified side plank. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Go ahead and raise that extended leg off the ground. And now see if we can bend that top elbow to the knee and extend it back out. And bend and extend. And bend and extend. And place that foot down. Release that hand back down to the mat. And let's go ahead right on to the other side. Kick that right foot out. Extend that left leg straight back. Rotate in the hips so the whole inside of the foot is on the mat. Raise that left arm up. And now press your kickstand down and raise the extended leg off the ground. 3 times. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. And place that all back down. Let's go ahead and open our knees as wide as the mat, bringing our big toes together and sit back in an open knee child pose. Walk those arms out as far forward as you can. You can rest your chin or your forehead all the way down to the mat. Those fingers are spread nice and wide. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Inhale, and on the exhale, press the hands into the mat and push yourself away and find length in that spine. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Inhale, bring yourself back. Keep those hands right where they're at. Again, you can bring those knees in center, coming into a modified plank, or curl those toes under and come into a regular full plank. Either one, we're going to go ahead and take that right hand and tap our left shoulder. And tap the right shoulder. Tap left, tap right, tap left, tap right. Bring yourself forward, shoot those elbows back and hold. And release yourself all the way down to the mat. Go ahead and turn your head to the right and sweep those arms down alongside you, rotating so the backs of the hands are on the floor. We're going to be lifting both the chest and the legs at the same time. Inhale, float up, and now rotate so your thumbs point to the floor, and then reach your fingers back to your toes, drawing those shoulder blades together, and release and turn your head over to the left. Inhale, lift up, lengthen, and release, turn right. Inhale, lift up, squeeze through the buttocks, reach the fingers long, and release that down. Hands come back outside your chest, curl the toes under, push yourself back up to that tabletop. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Let's go ahead and come into a cat-cow. So curl those toes under and exhale. Push the hands and the toes into the mat, releasing your neck. Pull that tummy up into your spine. And now flatten the tops of the feet. Drop your belly toward the mat and pull your chest forward, arching your back. And exhale, tuck and curl. And inhale, lengthen forward. And exhale, tuck and curl. And inhale, lengthen forward. And release that. Go ahead and walk your hands back towards your knees and come up nice and tall on your knees. We're going to go ahead and extend that right leg out to the side with that right arm on the leg. Raise that left arm up and 3 side bends. Reach on over and release that center. And reach on over and release that center. And reach on over and bring that back center. And back to our tabletop. Change out those legs so that left leg extends. Your back tall onto your knees. Raise that right arm up 3 times. Lengthen on over into the side bend. And bring it back center. And reach on over into the side bend. And bring it back center. And reach on over. And bring it back center. And release that back. Go ahead and bring those knees back center. Go ahead and step that right foot all the way forward. Curl your back toes. Lift your back knee and step that forward. And now just hang like a rag doll. Shake yourself out. Wiggle side to side. Lift your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Release your neck. And now press through the feet. Raise yourself all the way up. And back to the heart center. And go ahead and bring that back center. And we're going to go ahead and come down to a seated position. So coming down to a seated position, we're going to go ahead and slide the soles of our feet together, holding on to our ankles. So your feet can be at any distance that you want, whatever works for you. And now you get to decide how much you want to push your feet together. This is called an isometric move, where you're in control of how much you want to press your feet together. And then once again, notice where the stretch is, whether it's in the groin or in the hips. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. And now inhale and pull your chest forward over your heels and walk your hands down around your toes. Shoot those elbows straight back. Still pressing your feet together. Breathe, feeling a little more stretch. And for those who want to go a little bit deeper, inhale. And on the exhale, pull your chest forward. Now slide your thumbs to the ball of the foot and open your feet like a spiral notebook. Really feeling those hips open. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. And go ahead and release that. And let's go ahead and extend those legs straight out into our staff pose. So move the flesh from your sit bones and place your hands right down at your hips with your fingers forward. Those feet are flexed, you're lengthening through the heels. Pretend like you have a string on your head and you're going to lift that string up, lengthening through your spine. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. That tummy is tucked in nice and tight. And now you lift your hands off the mat and keep that nice tall spine that you have, dropping those shoulders down from your ears. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. Keep drawing those toes toward the body and lengthening those heels away so we really open up the back of the knee, the hamstring, and the calf on the back of the leg. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And now with a nice straight spine, tilt yourself forward and just let your hands release wherever they land, except the kneecap itself. Keep breathing. It usually takes a couple of breaths, but after a couple of breaths, you might find just a little bit more space. And on your next exhale breath, exhale and see if you can walk your fingers down your legs a little bit more. Keep drawing your tummy in so that you can create that space for the forward fold. Keep exhaling and walking down towards your feet. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. Maybe you grab onto your toes. Maybe you can grab onto the outsides of the feet. Wherever you're at is fine. No judgment. You work at your own pace. And then go ahead and release that back. And we're going to go ahead and open those legs into that nice wide V. And once again, come into that forward fold. This one's going to be a little bit shorter distance. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, tilt forward. And let those hands release all the way down to the mat or to the floor. Inhale. And on the exhale, walk those fingers forward a little bit. And now all I want you to do is breathe and think about those forearms and those elbows drawing toward the earth, the center of the earth. The arms are relaxing. Anytime you need to walk those fingers out a little bit more, allow those forearms and elbows to reach down toward the earth. Start to feel the stretch opening up through the groin and the hips. Maybe you feel an opening in that low back. Keep that spine nice and straight. For those who want to go a little bit deeper, inhale. And on the exhale, come out another 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Finding a little more length. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. And go ahead and walk yourself back. And let's go ahead and bring our legs back around center. Sitting on the mat, we're going to go ahead and bend our knees and place our feet flat onto the mat. So most of the time when people are sitting like this, they're rounded in the back. So I want you to really think about this chest and draw that chest up, straightening that spine. And then we're just going to tilt back and lift our legs off the mat. Keep lifting your chest up. Breathe nice, long, deep breaths. So if this is where you need to be today, just stay right here. Breathing nice, long, deep breaths. For those who want to try and take the hands away from the legs, you can try that. Breathe. And for those who want to go ahead and zip those legs together and extend them all the way out, those heels touch, those toes are open. Breathing into our boat pose. And grab behind the thighs, feet together, and just lengthen on over. And release that. And go ahead and waddle down toward the end of your mat with your knees bent. Grab underneath your thighs and roll yourself all the way down to a lying down position. Extend those arms out to the side. Extend those legs out to the corners of the mats. Coming into our final pose, Shavasana. Relax your body back down into the earth. So let's go ahead and give 2 audible sighs. So inhale, and on the exhale, inhale, and on the exhale, sigh, let it all go. So if this feels comfortable, just close the eyes and stay here. If this is not comfortable in lying down, you can bend your knees, keep those feet nice and wide, and just dip those knees toward each other, broadening through that low back if that feels better for you. Either way, resting in this final position. Draw your chin down towards your chest, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. Relax the eyes. Let the backs of the eyes fall to the back of the head. Let the eyelids feel nice and light. Allow all the tension to release from your face, around your eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. Relax your throat. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax your jaw. Allow the back of the body to settle into the earth. Notice where the heavy parts are of the body. Notice where the spaces are in the back of the body. And as you inhale, fill the front of the body and lift it up toward the heavens. And as you exhale, imprint the back of the body into the earth. Inhale, open and expand. And exhale, release. And inhale. And exhale. You're welcome to stay in this position, or for those who want to go ahead and come out of the practice, go ahead and slide the legs together, reach the arms up overhead, stretch the body nice and long. And when you're ready, bend the knees and hug those knees into your chest, rocking side to side, massaging that low back. And then drop the knees over to the right side of your body, extending that right arm overhead to the back. And bring that left hand across your body so it lands flat on the floor in front of your chest. Take a couple of breaths here in a resting position from meditation. And to raise yourself up, extend that top leg forward and push that left hand into the mat so that you come to a seated position. Bringing your hands together at the heart center, simply bowing your head. May the light in my heart center shine upon the light in yours. And together we're all one in this universe. Namaste. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like it and subscribe so that you're notified when I have new videos. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.